We have got to replace this old broken shower screen that is falling apart. As you can see, coming off its runners at the bottom. The doors are broke. The side of it just isn't working very well. The bottom of it is just not great at all. So we've got to take this shower screen off, completely remove it. We've got some holes to fill inside the shower area, reseal all the bottom, and then once we've done all of that, we've got to unpack the new 900 quadrant shower screen, get it built up, get it made up, carry it through, and get it into position into this bathroom. So this video is going to be how to remove a shower screen, how to build up a new shower screen, and how to fit a new 900 quadrant shower screen to go back into this bathroom. So as you'll have just seen in the intro, this shower screen is falling apart, is the best way to describe it. It's come off its runners at the top. It has been hooked on and the customer has been using it a little bit, but the bottom just pops out of its runners all the time. Same this side, as you can see, it just pops out. It's been in probably 12 years, 14 years, so it's done all right. It's had its money's worth, if you like, out of it. So first of all, we've got to take all of this out, get the doors off, get the screen out, clean up the silicone profiles off the walls, clean up around the tray. Hopefully the tiles don't come off with it. But I do have a little trick that I'll show you how to get these profiles off without damaging the tiles. So stick around for that. First off, let's start by getting the doors off, getting the screen out, stripping it down as much as we can, and begin to get it out. So I think to get these off, they're on like little balls and hinges. So just push it off and that screen comes off very easily. Let's see if it works the same this side. As you can see at the bottom there, it's in. So if there you go, just pops out of them little holders there. So very easy. There you go, dead easy. Never seen them like that before. To be honest, it's quite a good design. It's just a little plug in the rail, and the screen pops into it. So let's get these downstairs, and we'll get the frame out. So with the doors off, we've got to get the frame out now, and it's just a case of popping these off. These caps that cover the retaining screws in. Usually, I was just going to say, should usually be 3 on each side. Randomly, this side I've only got 2. So we'll get them off, get the screws out, and then, because it's a curved quad shower, it should just pull straight out, and we can take it outside, get it out of the way. And then I'll show you the trick for getting these profiles off. Now that, the amount of silicone in there is not a good sign at all. It looks like that's been packed out to get some sort of a bite onto there. We'll have to have a look at that, see what's going on. Same here, loads. So this should now just pull straight out, I'd have thought. No, it won't. You've got to cut the silicone around the bottom. Just get a knife, slice straight through it. Now it should come out. There we go. There we go, sorted. Frame out. We'll clean up around the front of the shower tray, reseal around the back. But let's get this out of the way, and I'll show you how to get these profiles off. Right, just taken this rail off. This side, the one with all the silicone, in fact there's even a little bit of wood there where they packed it out. Just taken that one off, and then I went to show you this one, and the tool that I used for doing it has snapped. It's basically, I'll show you, it's basically that with a bit of cheese wire in the middle. Now I've probably done, to be fair, I've probably done about 10 shower screen profiles with that, so to be fair I should have ordered another one, but I just went to do this one and it snapped off. However, I did film this side for Instagram, so I'll pop that on the video now so you can have a look and see exactly the way I do it.
How to remove shower profiles. The easy way.
So there you go, that is how you use it. I need to jump on Amazon now and order another one. But luckily this one should just slice down the side and take it off easy. But yeah, doing it that way just saves, you know, sometimes you pull a bit of tension on a tile and it comes off. So yeah, give that a go, get yourself one. They're like £8 or something. If I remember, I'll pop a link in the description. Right, let's get this one off then, and then we can clean up all the silicone and have a good clean up. And what I'm going to do as well is punch these holes back into the wall and fill them with sealant as well. So we're now at the point where we're getting all the silicone off from where the profiles were. I use CT1 Multisolve, spray it on, leave it to settle for 5 or 6 minutes, then get, if I can find it, I don't know where I put it, my Stanley knife blade, and then just start scraping away all the silicone. It comes off really easy using that Multisolve. Spray it on, job done. So you'll come back to me in a minute when all this is looking spick and span. I spent the last half hour or so cleaning up this shower tray, getting all the silicone off the walls, all the silicone off from around the shower tray. We've cut out around the back and we'll reseal that when the actual screen itself's in. Also pop some silicone in the holes just to make it a little bit neater. So what we've got to do now is unpack the new shower tray, get the profiles out, offer them up, get them fixed to the wall, sealed on, and then we can begin building the screen up and getting that into position. So it's all packed nice and tight into here. So we'll open it all up. We'll get all the bits out. Obviously they're the profiles for the top and the bottom, and you'll have the profile uprights packed in there along with the glass and the doors and everything. So we'll get all this out, get it laid out. As you've seen before, I always lay everything out, screws, caps, clips, the lot. Just makes life a lot easier. And then follow the instructions and get this in. Right, there we go, unpacked. Side profiles, rubbers, and the bits that go between the doors and stuff. The profiles for the top and bottom. The doors are there, and they are the upright profiles that are going to go inside the shower tray. So we'll have a quick look in the instructions. It's usually 10mm from the edge of the tray that you put the profiles, but we'll double check and then we'll get the profiles put on the wall. So with the profiles ready to go on now, they're going to sit, but as I said, about 10mm or 15mm off the side of the tray. So they're going to sit just there, and then we can level them up and get them in. But the first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of silicone so it's going to sit behind where that profile goes. Do that on both sides, and then I can get the profiles onto the wall.
A few moments later.
Profiles on, done, bolted into place. This one I managed to get back enough so that we've lost that issue where there was a load of silicone in the old one. Don't know what it was. I think the wall is out slightly, but we've managed to grab it. So we'll now move on to making up the top and bottom and these panels here. So get the instructions, get all the screws and whatnot out in that bag there, and we'll work out what's what. So I'm making up the inside of this screen now. We've got the profile that sits around the edge of the tray here, got the side panel. Always check, because they'll say coated this side. This is the side that's got to go internal so the water runs off it. Little tip for you, use these little edges that protect the edge of the glass. Pop them underneath the actual profile there, and it just means it lifts it up a little bit so you can get your screwdriver in and then screw it in a lot easier. So you can see that putting together now. Got to put this one on this side, same on that side, and then put the top one into place. That firms it all up, and then we can get it into the shower. Right, that's the bottom ones done. I didn't film too much doing the bottom ones because anyone that's done a shower screen knows that when you're trying to bolt it up, the glass is moving around, and yeah, it's just a big pain in the back end. So basically we've got the same on the top as what we've got at the bottom. 2 little screws that go in here, if you can see it. Pop them in there. If I can get it in. There we go. See, so that screw's coming through there, and then if we just pull down on that, it will go, I don't know how much of that you can see, it will go into there, and then I get the bottom one in the same. Right then, with the screen all made up now, it's over in the other room. We're going to carry it in, and hopefully it's going to go in first time. Sometimes there can be a pain getting in each side profile, so let's hope this one goes in all right. So awkward when you build them up out of position. But luckily, this one isn't too heavy, so let's lift it up. Get this side in first if we can. It's usually good to get the top in, I find. Maybe this side's better. I say it every time, I say it every single time, the shower screen is a two-man job. It's not really, it's just this bit that is. Oh, did I do the first time? The first time nearly went in. There we go. Right, that's that side in. Come on. That's it. Is that it? Yes. That's it. Get in. Right, that is in. We've got a little bit of movement left and right on the profiles. We can tweak it a little bit and get it perfect. But for now, that is the main unit in, thankfully. So now with the screen in place, we've got to fix it in. Go to our little bags. Bag of caps, bag of screws, and a metal screw bit. So we're going to get all 6 holes drilled and screwed, and then that holds this whole screen into place. Then we can begin building the doors up, but once this is bolted in, that's the hard work done. Job done. So that's the first one. Let's get the rest of them in. Doors now on, fitted, sliding in, lovely. I've still got the trims to put on and the handles to put on and the front trims and stuff like that, but I just wanted to get the doors in place because sometimes I've just had to screw them down, let that down a little bit to get the bottom ones to catch on the rail. Now they're on, you can just tweak them up, level it up, and make sure, I always, before I put the trims on, I always make sure that line down the middle is pretty equal all the way down. So we'll get the trims on, we'll get the handles on, and then we can begin sealing up the bottom of the tray and cleaning it down and making sure it's all right. So we're putting the seals on the screens now. I just thought I'd show you what you have to do with these. They're pretty straightforward. You've got the middle ones that when the doors close, they've got the magnetic strips on this side and this side. Then you've got the 2 that sit on this outer lip, and then you've got 2 that are here that sit on the inside of the door. So it's just a case of obviously just pushing them into place. Push them in with your thumb, just follow it all the way up. Like so. And they're usually pretty good. They're usually cut to size, these are. So you just pop the top in like that. Run your finger down. That's that one. And the same this side, and then the ones on the doors. Ones on the doors, the magnetic ones, sometimes you have to tweak them a little bit just to make sure that they close properly. Let's have a look what this one's going to be like. So I think with the gap that we had in the door, when I set the doors in, It might be alright. Let's see. No, there you go. So it's meeting a little bit here, it's a little bit open here, and a little bit there. So it's just a case with the doors of pinching the two rubbers together all the way up. You can also tweak it as well on the grub screws at the top just to get the door perfect. But yeah, that's how we do that. We'll set all that. It takes a little bit of fiddling around. We'll get all that set. We'll get the other ones on, and then we're making good progress with this. Not far from having it finished. So the customer's just asked me while I'm here if I can change these taps. The side of the tap has just basically fell away. But there's something interesting that I'm going to show you with these taps when we come to do them in a minute. But for now, we've got this screen in, done. I've put some silicone around it, sealed it all in, resealed inside the shower area. It's good to go. The customer's over the moon with it. It's so much better than what their other one was. Their other one, as you've seen at the start, was falling apart. If you've enjoyed watching me getting that done, please hit the subscribe button. We are so close to get this channel over 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That's that little job done. But let me show you what I was on about with these taps, because you do not see it at all anymore, or very, very rarely. So let's get this sorted and get these taps out. Right then, I've been and picked up a set of replacement crosshead Victorian style taps, because we've got to swap these taps out on this basin. As you can see, spin it round, the top bit has just completely disintegrated away. Never seen anything like that before. We've got them, we're going to replace them. Now the interesting thing with this is, some of you will get this and some of you won't, because you don't see it that often anymore. You ready for it? Some of you will be massively impressed and some of you will be like, really, Mark? It's solidly piped all the way up. No flexes, not a flexi in sight. Straight up with a bend on it, straight into a tap swivel. I can't remember the last time I've seen or fitted just a tap swivel with it completely piped up without a flexi on it. So yeah. Rare thing nowadays. Old school plumbing, that is. Old school plumbing. But anyway, I found that quite interesting because I looked and was like, oh wow, no flexes. So with the water turned off, as always, got our Nerrad Tapex kit. We'll get up the back there with the spanner, get them undone off, and get these taps replaced for these ones that are a lot better. So we've got the tap socket on the top with a bar and onto the ratchet there. So we just, as always, let's see if I can get the GoPro up so you can see it without getting in the way. Just straight up. Straight onto the fitting. There we go, job done. Just pull that away like so, and then chances are the tap, yeah, will just spin out. The tap's loose on there, and then just underneath there we've got the back nut holding the tap on. So we'll spin this one out and then get a replacement one back on. And then also when you get the tap out, just have a look through the hole and make sure the tap washer's still on that swivel. Good to go. Hot on the left, cold on the right, as always. In fact, I'll pop 2 new fresh washers on this tap, on the swivels. Might as well, we're here. Let's do it properly. So that's that tap done. I don't need to show you doing the other one. It's exactly the same process as doing that one. Right, that's that shower screen in. These 2 taps change, or will be once I'm done. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment. Let's get the channel to 40,000 and I'll catch you on the next one where hopefully we're that little bit closer to 40,000 subscribers.